Alright, so it's gonna do this traditionally, but it's way easier to just do it digital. So this is your sketch right here. Unfortunately, um, the anatomy is off, and believe it or not, that affects your shadows and your light, far as how it works around the human body or whatever source you have. Um, this wouldn't be the best example, seeing how, like, this leg is completely stretched, short here. Um, this leg would be broken the way it is right now, but not making fun of you, just critiquing. But it is a good gesture. It really does show that. I wouldn't say it's a good gesture, but it shows that you have a keen sense of what you're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna get into it. So I ended up sketching up this as a better gesture to work from. So let's see. 1 second. Let's say our light source is coming from here. See, our light source is coming from here, right? And as we know, let's say, usually if you're outside, light is all around us. You would have a main light source, but light is all around us, so it'll be bouncing from the ground. It'll be bouncing, reflecting here. It'll be reflecting, everywhere, even from the pole maybe. So, but our main light source is coming from here, right? So, with that in mind, let's go to doing shadows. Bring the opacity down with this. With that in mind, so our light is coming from here. Did I keep that? Yeah. Light is coming from here. So we'll have shadows. Since everything's in 3D, this is pretty much a box. So you'll have a shadow here. And you can already kind of see how that forms, right? Hold on, I want to make that lighter though. You want to start light. Traditionally, you want to start light, then go in darker and heavier. So same rules apply even digitally. And I'm not gonna make it like super perfect. I'm just gonna go with it so you get the gist. So everything this is kind of reflecting. It'll probably get a little dark right here, but as it go out, it'll brushes out the shadow with this spurt out. So a little bit of light won't be catching right here, right? And then you'll probably get a little shadow on this side because of that knee. It's 3D, it's a box. So light is hitting it on this side, but not on this side. And then like the ankle will probably cast some shadow. Same here. Underneath this right here, so I'll go light, and as the closer I get to the shadow, where there's less light, I kind of like it'll get darker. So I'll fade out, and I'll clean this up too. It's just so you get a gist of where everything is at. This neck right here won't be catching any light, so it'll be dark, and that'll protrude the neck out too. You probably get like find a little bit of depth from the muscles right here. Shadow. A little bit of shadow here. Some shadow here. See that 3D right there? So another thing too is learning human anatomy. That's getting into that is a whole nother story. But I would do my best if I was you to like really figure out the human anatomy and how it works and stuff like that. You get a better understanding of how, you know, shadows and things like that will work. And if the light is coming here, you get a lot of shadows here in the face. And see, you don't even have to actually draw the face out because of those shadow shapes. And that's how you get a lot of like realism in photos and stuff, I mean in drawings and stuff like that, because of the shapes that the shadows make. And everything comes back down to a shape. You got a circle here, oval, circle, rectangle, all that stuff. All that stuff is all. It all comes down to shapes and stuff, like I was saying earlier with the box. So it's just a real quick jam. I meant to do this earlier, but got busy. Of course, you get some shadows right here underneath the breast, and a little bit there. So remember, we got that light coming in. So then, if he's working with the light, usually the most shiniest things are like the things that protrude the most off the face. So for some reason this isn't working. Like the forehead being one. But like anything, you want to start out light and then gradually go darker. And like the nose, generally, I can't even say the word, but most of the time, the nose always seems to get the most light. And then some light on that arm right there. Light will be hitting that arm. You get some light right here, because this would be hitting light, and this would be kind of in shadow, but the top of it will hit will get the most of the light. So I would gently go over that, right? Same with here. If you notice on your body, like you'll see what hits the light the most. So I would do it lightly, then I would go in real thin, so it really pops out. See that? It gives it that shine. And you do the same with shadows and stuff like that. This knee, catch some light. It's a box, so this is in shadow, this is light. Boom. And this will get, like the thigh, will get a lot of that reflective light. So it wouldn't be too much, you know what I'm saying? Too dark. Just to like, I know that part of the knee would be really shiny, so let's go in with that. You see it start to form. Of course, you want to clean it up and all that stuff. Just showing you rough. And it's kind of late, and I know this video is getting a little too long, so. But yeah, just let me know, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a general idea. If you got any questions, just let me know. Yeah. Oh, another thing too, of course, you want to get that shadow right here. But that's going into something else too. But yeah, so just let me know if you got any questions. Okay, so I'm cleaning this up just a tad bit. But something else you want to learn about shadows and light and all that stuff is like when it comes to shadows, you have different types of shadows. Like I was telling you before, with you have the cast shadows, and you have the jeez, I can't even remember right now. It's bad. The form shadows, which are different. For example, if you have a cast shadow, will be something like this is cast. Oh no, let me see. Okay, so her body is casting the shadow right here, right? So usually, that's still a bad example. Hold on, sorry. So her nose is casting the shadow, right? So it's casting the shadow this way. Cast shadows are usually soft. No. No, cast shadows are usually a little rougher, so they really kind of get the form of whatever's casting it, right? So say this is her nose, and it's casting the shadow. Sometimes as it disperses out, it maybe softens up like this is, or it can still take a form of whatever that's casting it. So say this is her nose casting that shadow. A form shadow is something that forms around. So I'll leave it there. So say you have this cast shadow, and then you have a form shadow going like this, right? Leading into this. It's forming around everything. So say like the eyebrow is right here, right? Well, this being here, forehead. So all the lights hitting this, and your eyebrows and all that is kind of casting a shadow. You get what I'm saying? So this is the shadow being cast from the light coming this way. Makes sense? I'm hoping it makes sense, but yeah.